friends of Harmony and Dementia. My name is Tara Jenkins, and I am the founder and a board-certified music therapist. Today, I wanted to share an example of ageism and how I experience that in my work as a music therapist and working with people living with dementia. This Saturday, October 7th, is Ageism Awareness Day, and we are bringing more education and advocacy to what ageism is, how you might experience it in your daily life, and kind of what we can do to change the conversation along the way. So I wanted to share an example that I come across quite frequently in my work as it relates to music and music preferences. So a lot of times I will have a conversation with someone and they will automatically assume, without asking any questions, without doing any more of a deep dive with that individual, they will just assume, oh, they're in long-term care, they're gonna love big band, they're gonna love Frank Sinatra, they're gonna love standards from the 1920s. And I'm here to say that is not always true. Music preferences and assessing an individual's music preferences is so very important, especially if they're living with dementia, because music can connect us back to our past, our identity, and it can connect us to those memories that are so important to each one of us. And so if you're thinking about someone who is 80 years old today, right now, if you're working with or caring for someone who is 80 years old, they were born around 1943. And a lot of research suggests starting with music from our late teens, early 20s. So that would put us at 1963. So this individual is going to connect with music from the 60s and the 70s. If they grew up in a musical household, they might connect with music from the 50s as well. And so it's really important to keep that in mind, to not just assume because they're older, because they're living in long-term care, there's a certain style of music that they'll listen to. Do your homework, ask questions, ask that individual what music they like, talk to their family, talk to their friends. Where did they grow up? Did they grow up in Chicago? There's going to be a very different style of music there versus from where I'm at in Austin. Country here, there are very specific country artists that folks listen to that people in other parts of the country might not have heard of. So it's so important to do that homework, to ask those questions, to really find out someone's music preferences. So I hope you have found that helpful. If you have any other additional questions about music preferences and how to assess those preferences, I would be happy to help. You can send me a message or a comment below here. And just keep in mind, I've got older adults who I work with who we've listened to Disturbed, we've listened to Pink, we're still listening to Elvis. That's all one client that I've shared those specific artists based on their requests. So just keep all of that in mind when you're sharing music with folks living with dementia. I will be sharing more examples of ageism later this week, so I hope you will tune in, and I'll see you soon.